proud by winning the race for this state. And it is on that note that I want to introduce you to this topic, youth and 419, Nigerian youth and 419. As you know that Nigeria is one of the most populous, or let's say the most populous African nation of the world. But over the time, corruption and malpractices have rocked the land. How do we put an end to all these crimes that we are experiencing in Nigeria today? That is the topic for today. Youth and 419. Bakene Nurin is my name. I'm your regular anchor. And today on the program with me is Bola Shonala. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
And Bola is also joined by Deji Ogundemu. Deji, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
And to our callers who may want to contribute to the program today, the number remains 240550, 240550, and the code number is 039 for callers from my side of Bekuta. We want to talk Nigerian youth and 419. It is quite a challenging topic anyway. We have just worked on Nigerians not quite long. We have done the country so proud to went for a competition, and that is what every parent will expect of his child. So how do we categorize this? It is a very bad thing that Nigeria is rated one of the most corrupt nations, let's say second most corrupt nation in the world. Nigerian youth, they have been held responsible over the time. What do you think is seriously affecting this situation?
Well, let me start by saying that 419 to me is a systematic way of getting one's desire from anybody regardless of age, sex, background or religion, etc., through the dubious means. Well, there is no cause without a cause. If you look at the situation of the country now, let me start by saying that one of the causes that are responsible for youth involvement in 419, it first starts from the home. Lack of parental care. A child that is brought up in a well-reasonable and a humble family will not, I'm very sure, will not go into this act, because they say that charity begins at home. If parents cannot have enough time to cater for their children, definitely in future it will affect these children positively, or let me say both positively and negatively in all aspects. So I'm saying now that we will have adverse effects on the children that are not catered for during their younger age.
Well, on that, let me turn to the Meiji. They said lack of parental care, but most of these, you see, some people, they prove that they are pushed to the wall for all this. So let's forget about these 419ers. But why do you think the youth alone should be responsible for all these 419ers, as we call it? It's a code, it's a criminal code. Yes, code 419, but it has become a household name now. Say you are a 419, you want to 419 me. Why has Nigeria been attributed to this particular criminal code?
We will trace this to the era of the military regime. I will say that because then very limited or non-existing programs are for the youth. Or let me say very limited ones, because when the youth are engaged in something very tangible, there's facilities for them to develop themselves, maybe in terms of sport activities and some other stuff like that. Their mind and brain will be focused on whatever they have their mind or their hands doing then. Because if you are doing something very laudable things, people will be encouraged and you'll be glad you are doing it. But when most of the youth in Nigeria are left to just cater for themselves, apart from the economic aspect of it now, the parents will have to go for their daily bread and some other things. But the youth, take for instance, if you have a kid at home now, maybe there's Monopoly and some other games at home. If this kid is having time every time playing this game, there will be perfection. But when even there's no time for you to even cater for your child, anything they just lay their hands on. And there are some other elderly people out there who are ready to just exploit them, to tame them and give them some luxurious things, to just tempt them to do whatever. They can just give them, in most cases, before you can perpetrate anything, you have some some youths who are going to be your, should I call them now, accomplice or something. But when you are having something tangible doing, your mind will not be focused, or you won't have a mind of going for anything negative. I'm saying this now because there's no project, there's no laudable things for the youth to engage their useful time.
So that is why they involve in all these criminal offenses. Yes. You see, The problem is that let's take it from this angle. Nigeria has produced, bunch of intellectuals. Nigeria is a country, even in any part of the world, they feel Nigeria. They know that they have produced intelligentsia over the time, but yet they are still claiming that Nigeria is still corrupt. But why do most of these young guys we are talking about, they are very brilliant, of course, and they divert all these intelligence they have, they divert it to some other areas which has been attached to corruption. The 419 we're talking about. How do you think we can really encourage all these people? Let's assume that somebody who read maybe elect has involved himself in cutting away NEPA meters and all those things. It is very hard for you to go and cut away NEPA meter and transformers if you don't know anything about it. So what do you think we can really do to help these people? But before you react, we have somebody on the line. We have Bolaji. Hello, Bolaji.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is the youth segment. What's your contribution?
Yes, my contribution is speaking from your perception there. I want to believe that 419, you may not attribute it to lack of jobs or this and that, because those people that have found mostly doing it, if you look at them physically, you see that they are sometimes the well-to-do. You understand what I mean?
Yes, I mean
that those that have already had it, because you will not imagine a situation whereby a person who is already a billionaire is also involved in it, maybe finding means of multiplying his wealth or this and that.
Swindling people.
Please, I want you to put this into your discussion there. Put it into consideration.
Okay.
For discussion there.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bolaji. So before we go back to Bolaji's analysis there, let's talk about those Nigerians who have the intelligence, they have the brain, they are very brainy, broadening, and they have everything, but they divert this to some other areas that can really affect the Nigerian image.
Well, let me start by saying that one's determination in this life will always determines his destination. Those people that are diverting their knowledge to the other aspects, well, they lack the advisors, because it's also the government also has a lot to do, because there is no, like what is happening now, there is no public enlightenment for the youth, or let me say for the generality of the people. Now a young man that's now going to
I think we have somebody on the line. Hello, Sulaiman.
Hello.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine. What's the contribution?
You need to the problem of 419 people. They are brought up right from the childhood to be unpatriotic citizens. When they grow up, they are already lawless people. The people who doesn't act in the way of God, they are not God-fearing one. Because if they are God-fearing one and they were brought up to be trustworthy, they will run away from any dubious characteristic formation. You see, when somebody work for years and collected some amount and give out for something that will be comfort his life, his family, and other related people around him or her, and you take away that money or any property that may be his or her possession, definitely you keep that person alive. So, and by so doing, they are the people that stay in the government of the country, and to the best of my knowledge, so if you look at it, they are the people that be in the best position to some VIP people, the way they like to be, but to the last point of it, they are not supposed to be fine in the society, because they are the they are the best destroyer of the economy in all aspects.
Thank you very much, Sulaiman.
Right.
Hope to have you back next week. Yes, let's take Bolaji's and Sulaiman's issue. Let's on Paris Fasu. This is what the first caller was talking about. These people, they come from wealthy family, and they come from wealthy family, and they have the wherewithal to take care of themselves, but yet they involve in swindling people in 419 activities. And compared with what Sulaiman has just said, that they don't have they are not God fearing, So what do you think can be done to these people? They have money, they have everything in their place, and they still involved in 419. Don't you think they really want to do this? They really want to do this willingly?
I sharply disagree with the man that those people, they came from well-to-do family.
Let's believe that we have people come from well-to-do family and they still involved in this. I think we have read newspaper report and magazine report. We still have them. Yes, and something may still be responsible for this.
Why I'm saying this is because they will have, if they are coming from a very good background, a well-to-do family, they will have their family's name to protect, and they won't want anything that will drag the name into the mud. Or let's even agree now that they are from the well-to-do family. But to a very large extent, some people will sit back and tell you they must get themselves enriched in whatever way they want to do it. They are determined that they must be rich. And in another aspect, these people, they are being helped. I won't really blame them. I will blame their baits, those people that fall into their praise. Because if somebody will tell you they want to negotiate business with you, they want to transact with you, you will have been seeing the traces that this business is not likely to be genuine, because they will give you cheap. There are some things that you have to do. Maybe the protocol is very, all this labyrinth procedure to get something done. And somebody will now come to you, don't worry, we want to transact this business. Normally the business is supposed to be maybe vet for 2-3 months before it can be executed. Somebody will now come to you, okay, we want to construct a road project, and don't forget about the procedure. In the next 2-3 weeks, I will get you the paper, your money will be ready, and this, that. And you'll be running around to meet the 3 weeks deadline given to you, and you do anything to just put the money down. And of course you want to get rich quick as well. Something that's supposed to be supposed to be 3 months procedure before it can be really executed, and somebody is now coming to tell you within 3 weeks you get it done. I think we have to blame the praise too.
Yes, if you've just tuned in, this is the youth segment of the weekend. Light teaching from NTA Abeokuta. If you may want to contribute, the number remains 240550, and the code number is 03 for callers from Abeokuta. We are talking Nigerian youth and 419. Yes, because they just mentioned something that is very important there. Let's talk about those people who involve themselves too, who they want wealth, they want to be wealthy by all means, and they tend to go for shortcut ways of enriching themselves. Let's tackle these problems. Do you think they are patriotic Nigerians? Do you think they have done Nigerian any good? But before you react, then we have someone in line. Hello, Shagun. Hello, Shagun.
Yes.
Good morning. You're on to the studio. What's your contribution?
Yes, my contribution is just a positive reaction to what Bolaji or what?
Yes. You are.
Yes. If I had him well, because I believe that gentleman is getting him wrong there. If I had him well, he said these people, most of them came from wealthy family, and then in the intention of multiplying their wealth. You understand, something like that. So maybe that is it. He did not say that that is all of them actually came from wealthy family. He did not say that.
Okay, Shagun.
Yes.
Okay, now how do we address the issue? What's our contribution?
The contribution is that if you look at it critically, you will see that those people, it just the second caller has said it, because they lack spirit of God fear. That is why they engage in it. You understand? And apart from that, you see, this is inbuilt. You understand what I mean by that? As the spirit to have more, without considering what are the aftermath consequences. You understand?
Yes.
So that is just it.
So we can say that comes out of a kleptomania.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, yes, ability or willingness to steal.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Thank you.
Very much, Shego.
Yes.
Yes, Peter, I was talking about those who really want shortcut wealth. How do we address that too? Don't we have to blame them too?
Well, we have to blame them, and we don't have to blame them on the other hand. Because looking at the economic situation of this country, you know, even you that are in the line of education, at the end, all what you labored for, at the end you have to get what? Profits at the end of the day by making money. And those that are really working, what they have in mind is what? Is to get money. But there are some that even that will not work. They will neither work nor go into the line of the education. But what they will have in mind just to make money in all ramifications. Well, I will not blame them much, because if the economic situation is very good, they won't have this impression of going into that. And the government also has a lot to do. Yes, because the economy, the strength of any nation is based on our economy. Yeah. So if the economy is good, I believe that there will not be anything that will prompt them to go into such an action. And it is what they have in mind. You know, and all the creatures that God made on this earth, man is very, very, they have a rigid mind. Most incorrigible. Yes. So they can do and undo. And those people categorize them under the ungodly people, because they have it in mind. You know what? A man's determination, I say, is determination. If you have anything to do, nobody can restrict you. But you can, if it is animals, you can easily correct it. But for man, it is very, very.
I think we have Falabi on the line again. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning, Falabi.
Good morning.
You're on to the youth segment of the Weekend Live. What's your contribution?
My contribution is this. I want to first of all ask maybe the two gentlemen beside you there. They've been duped from the 419 people.
They've been what?
They've been duped from 419 people.
Why do you have to ask that?
Okay, reason is this because I've been listening to the program. Okay. And I believe anybody that falls in these people's hands, maybe you are not well contented. Okay. With whatever you are. Okay. I think that you are contented with don't have being deceived with the simple story to obtain whatever you have. Okay. So that's my contribution.
Okay, thank you very much, Falabi. I think time is not on our side again, but let's just, we still have more to discuss on this particular issue anyway. But briefly, let's just let's take a look at it from the angle of international relation with Nigeria. Briefly, because we still have to, I think we need to discuss more and more on this particular topic. So internationally, what do you think the relationship between Nigeria and some other foreign countries? Don't you think they are trying to, is an attempt by all these European countries, American and what have you, to really better the image of Nigeria? They have never seen anything good in us.
Not that, because it's happening. Sorry, if I'm not mistaken, we have Nigerians all over the globe. So maybe you might be right, but some black people, anybody that commit anything,
maybe racial discrimination.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe they will just term them to be Nigerians, maybe just to, you know, broaden our image or whatever. But in very good aspect of it, we must be sincere. We have 419 all over the country here, and so I'm telling you, foreigners do come down to assist them to perpetrate this act, but we must be sincere with ourselves. We have them within ourselves, in the community, everywhere in the country.
Well, you see, we still have more to discuss on this particular topic. What are the effects of 419 on Nigeria? And we still have executive recklessness too. Some Nigerians have really enriched themselves out of Nigeria money. So is this not 419? So these are more of the issues we'll be talking about next week. We have second episode of this particular topic, Nigerian youth and 419. Let's meet next week for another interesting edition of this particular topic. My name is Bakane Nirin. I thank Ebola for being part of the program today. And Neji, thank you very much for your contribution today. And to our callers, thank you very much. I'll see you next week. Have a wonderful weekend.